name is Amanda Pick, and I'm the CEO of the Missing Children Society of Canada. Our organization has been serving children and families for 37 years now, and we have created a system that allows for high-risk missing children cases to be highlighted in the community through our rescue app by police. Push information into MCSC Rescue, and community members are able to receive that information and help if they can. Many Canadians would not understand the difference between a high-risk missing child case and a high-risk missing child case that received an Amber Alert. And so in order for an Amber Alert to be issued, that child needs to be abducted. And so police also require certain information, and then they are able to activate an Amber Alert, and that is a provincial alert. But it is a high criteria, as it should be. And so, as an example, over 40,000 children reported missing in Canada last year, and there was less than 15 Amber Alerts. So there was a real need to be able to have a system by which police could share information around a high-risk missing child, a child that wasn't abducted, but has gone missing for a multitude of reasons. And the most important thing that community members should know is that if a child isn't in a safe place, they're at risk. And so it doesn't matter how they went missing. What matters most is about finding them as quickly as possible. And so our organization partnered with Microsoft and Esri and police, and we built an opportunity for Canadians, community members, to help protect and save children if they're missing. And you can do that by downloading MCSC Rescue, which is an app. You can find it in Google Play or the Apple Store. You can go to our website, mcsc.ca, and download the app for free, and then sign up to receive alerts. So you can go into the app, you can see which children are currently missing in your area. You can keep a lookout for them, and you can also sign up to receive alerts. So if police need to push information very quickly to you, you can receive that information, you can provide tips back, and ultimately the most important thing is you can protect children. If a child's life is at risk, as a community member, you can help. You can find that child and bring them to safety. The goal is of the system, of the Child Search Network and the MCSC Rescue app, is to ensure that if there is a missing child, we have a way to find them as quickly as possible. And so that is really the most important thing, is children go missing. I have a dream, and it's that Canada is a place where no child goes missing. But the reality is that there are thousands of children that go missing every year. And most of them will be found, but it's how long it takes. That's the real challenge, is when a child is not in a safe place, they're at risk, and they have no understanding of how that risk can impact their lives. But we do, we know how. And so the goal is that we get every single community member to do one simple thing: download this app for free, sign up, and just be ready. You may never get an alert, but if you do, that's when we really need you to join us and protect our children together, and we can make a significant difference in terms of safety in our community. So there is evidence that says that if a child is abducted, the longer the time it takes to find that child, the higher the risk of that child not being found safely, and that child potentially their life being at risk. And we have seen that. We absolutely have seen that. But abductions in Canada, stranger abductions, thankfully, are the smallest percentage. So when people think of missing children, that's what they think of. They think, oh, well, we don't have many missing children in Canada, because they think of those stranger abductions, they think of Amber Alerts, and they'd be right. If that was the benchmark on missing children, the only ones, then we would have less than 20, 25 a year. But that's not. what the case is. It's a child that's missing from a safe place, and there's lots of those kids that need help. So when we set out on this journey over 10 years ago, it was to fill the gap of response between an AMBER Alert activation, a high criteria case, and a high-risk missing child that didn't meet that criteria. And we did, we accomplished that. This system was named Canada's secondary alerting system to AMBER Alert for high-risk missing children. But almost immediately in working with our police partners, their feedback was, this has so many other opportunities of support beyond children. So when you look at the need for, as an example, seniors, right? We'll talk about the need to be able to find a missing senior very quickly. When you look at the national focus on missing murdered Indigenous women and girls, when you understand what happens when a person is a victim of human trafficking, all of these things require the community to help as it relates to finding that missing person as quickly as possible. And that's really where I think people are challenged in understanding the difference they can make, right? How can I make a difference? When I first started this work in missing children, nobody wanted to talk to me. They said, what are you doing now, Amanda? I said, oh, I work on behalf of missing children. They're like, that really scares me as a parent and a community member, because I think we all felt like we didn't have a role, but we do. And technology has completely changed our ability to come together and protect our most vulnerable citizens. And that's really what we're talking about, is protecting our most vulnerable, from children to adults who are exploited or lured, or violence has been a part of why they are not in a safe place. That's how I think, using technology to connect a community can make a big difference. It's been an exciting journey with technology. We were, when we first started building different applications, essentially channels of communication to reach community. The first platform we used was an application that allowed us to post immediately on people's social media feeds and amplify the reach. Apps, one of the challenges is awareness, and constantly being able to let the community know that this exists. People tell me all the time, I've never heard of this. This is amazing. Why have I never heard of this? I'm like, I hope you go tell a whole bunch of people. I think it's not just an app. I think we need to harness as many different applications and channels of communication through technology, because not everybody uses social media. Some people don't want apps, and there's just all kinds of different ways to be able to bring us together to receive information. There's a lot of reasons people are at risk with technology, but there's a lot of amazing, incredible reasons why utilizing technology in this way can completely change the way we protect our most vulnerable in this country. We worked with police for many, many years, and in 2021, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, which is inclusive of all police in the country, passed a resolution identifying the Search Network as Canada's secondary system. And the reason why was because they are able to share information, one, in the app, so anybody in the country can see, but two, push information anywhere in the country. So we're in Calgary. If there was, through investigation, police believe that that exploited or victim of human trafficking was Toronto, Montreal, they would have the ability to be able to push information into that community via the rescue app and the people that had it. Our biggest challenge is not the technology. Our biggest challenge is the awareness. That's the challenge. And we're a small not-for-profit, so funding has really been incredibly difficult. I hope that changes, but to build something that's never been done, to share and engage Canadians in the journey It's been a long road, but one that I can say is the most rewarding of my life. And why? Because if we saved one child, that would have been enough. But we haven't just saved one. This works. We've saved children across this country from trauma that would change their whole lives. And I'm excited just in terms of what we're able to do when we come together to save not just children, but to protect all Canadians who are at risk.